Hi, Gemini. This is going to be your reading for the first week of August. It's good for the Sun, Rising Moon, or Venus sign of Gemini. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one person. So it's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. I'm just picking up on the energy I pick up on, and it will resonate with whomever needs to hear it the most. If you would like a private reading because the general messages aren't really hitting it for you, that's normal. It happens. Just book a private reading with me. The link to my website is in the description below. I do readings for health, wealth, love, healing from your past, and putting you on your best course to have an effective and amazing future. I love helping people work on their destiny through tarot and oracle messages. If you are new to this channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. All right, Gemini, let's get into it. I do have all the cards dropped for you, and I did a Celtic cross because when I was meditating on your energy, yeah, we can look at the energy around you. I have done some you versus them readings for some of the other signs, but your guide specifically said to me they really need to see how we view them, how your guides are viewing you for support and to further manifest. Because I can see based on the tarot that y'all are going through some endings, but it's going to open up a lot of good things for you. And I think that these messages will support you. I had not intended to lay all the cards out already, but I was recording and dropping the cards out so you could see the cards drop, and then my feed was disrupted. There's something wrong with my device. I keep getting interrupted by phone calls and bullshit like that, so I apologize. Next time I'll let you watch me drop the cards. So, what came out of the Colette Baron Reed Animal Oracle deck? Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. You've been in situations where you've been powerless, and you've been in situations where, panthers are at the top of the food chain and they have incredible instincts. They let no one get the better of them. Their intuition is very sharp and on point, and they are powerful creatures. You're in a situation right now, moving into August, where it's really a moment to reclaim your power. And Peacock Spirit came out for you. Okay, my peacocks, my kings and queens, it's really time to let it shine. You are becoming powerful people that are not afraid to show their true colors, that are not afraid to be true warriors and wear your colors well and brightly. It is really a time to let it shine. Don't be afraid to prance around a little bit. Sorry, there's like a little bug in my room. Sorry, you guys. And Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet came out. This is your energy. You guys are my tricksters. You're my foxes. It is said, and I hate it when people say this about Gemini. I once got into a tongue battle about Gemini at a bar, like 4 beers into it, defending Gemini. People were like, Geminis are liars and they're cheaters. And I'm like, that is such bullshit. Gemini are so sharp tongued and sharp witted and on their toes and on their feet. They are known to be the sly fox, which happen to be partners that mate for life, and they are very alpha creatures. It is a week to truly be this fox and to think on your feet. You will need to be strategic. You will need to be flexible. You will need to be adaptable. You will need to be sharp. You will need to watch your P's and Q's and be at the top of your game very much. You might be in some situations where you feel a little thrown off from time to time. Someone might be trying to take your shine away and your power. Do not let them do that. Do duck and weave, get out of situations like that. It's time to really think on your feet right now and be a little bit flexible. And I think to have a beginner's mindset because the Fool came out for you as well. And don't let anybody tell you that you're being strategic for a negative reason. You're not. This came out in the upright. You guys will be acting upon your own behalf and being the lone fox this week, letting it shine. Energy field adjustment, aura cleansing, and health. You guys have been through some stuff where your health might be affected. And I do have the devil in reverse, and I have the 10 of swords, and I have the 9 of swords in reverse. So some of you have been through some situations in moving into August where your health, even maybe even, your mental health or your spiritual health has been affected. It will be time for an energy field adjustment and cleansing your aura this week, Gemini. Song of the Siren came out, the call, summoning voice to acknowledge. You are awakening. A voice from within is awakening you. You might be called by a siren as well. It's time to be that peacock and let it shine. It's time to hear your own call and your own voice from within, listening to the siren. And I would be careful when siren energy comes out because sirens led pirates and seamen to their death with their magical voices. So you will need to keep your reclaim that power and think on your feet because you might be lured in by some energies that might not have your best interest at heart. But you are meant to hear the inner calling of your own siren and reclaim a sensuality and this beauty from within. Look up the sirens. They have these beautiful light traits and shadow traits as well. You could be dealing with those kinds of energies, or you're meant to balance the siren within you. And sacrifice came out as well. There are those worth making and those that will destroy you. So I think you have some choices to make moving into the beginning of August, this ending of summer, this Leo season. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces. There are sacrifices that are worth making, and there are those that are that will destroy you. You might have had to make a sacrifice moving into August because if you didn't, you felt like you were going to be destroyed. It was worth it. It was worth it. And now it's just time to hear the inner calling from within you, your own voice, and to acknowledge what's truly calling you and to adjust your energy field and reclaim your power. At the center of it all for you, I've got the devil in reverse. Some of you have been dealing with a Capricorn, and perhaps you have that in your chart. The devil comes in reverse where we face our shadow side head on, where we dance with the flames, but we almost walk through fire, but we don't. We take a look at the shadows in us and around us, and we practice detachment. The devil's still on the table, but the devil is in reverse. I see you guys trying really hard to release from situations that were not good for you in some way. Some of you may be called to a siren out of desire and or to do something that's siren like, or someone's calling you in that way and you're like, nope, I see you, devil, I see this lower energy. And it's good that you're acknowledging it like this. The challenge is the fool. I often associate the fool with Gemini. The challenge is being able to truly break free from the lower energy from within and around us and leave it behind. For some of you, this is a child or the child within. The challenge is having a beginner's mindset. The challenge is starting at the beginning. The challenge is not being foolish and reckless. The fool takes a leap of faith and he packs and travels light. He's carefree. He is not at all meant to be tied down. He doesn't want to be. He's just starting a new adventure in his life. So, starting a new cycle. The challenge might be not being foolish or reckless in the face of this danger emotionally and spiritually. What's driving you is the Emperor in reverse. Some of you are dealing with an Aries or maybe a fire sign. The Emperor, so some of you maybe have gone through a divorce or you're standing up to some kind of authority in your life. The Emperor has a hard time taking a logical, practical approach. The Emperor sometimes feels oppressed, and therefore his knee jerk reaction is to be overly oppressive himself. This is where we have a difficult time with structure or someone putting their structure and authority upon us. So make sure you're taking a logical and practical approach. Make sure you take your power back. Make sure you examine the structure of your life and the power that you have in your own life. This could be a father or a husband. Some of you may be getting out of a cycle where someone was very prideful, very egotistical, was oppressive to us in some way. And you might be really standing up to that and challenging that. But make sure you yourself are being logical and practical. Some of you are breaking out of a contract. In the past, Seven of Wands to the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So it looks like you took the high ground in a situation. You were not afraid of an obstacle or a challenge. You felt the need to protect yourself and stand up for yourself and what you believed in. You might have had some competition, but you were going to persevere. You took the high road. You would not accept any bullshit. You would not let anybody come at you to take what was yours. You defended yourself and what was yours. And this might have put you in a place of deficit, but in doing this, you have slowly freed yourself from a negative cycle. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is recovery from financial loss, but it is where you face a spiritual impoverishment. I like to call the Five of Pentacles in reverse the break-even card. You're still in this energy, but you're slowly working your way out of the red and into the black. Emotionally, physically, with your pentacles, you've really stood your ground. You might have had someone come at you and say, I don't want to be out in the cold anymore. And you're like, nope, I do not have anything to spare. But I see that that's what happened for you. And as a result, I think that you've broken out of some cycles where other people have impressed their bullshit upon you. You realized it wasn't good for you. And the challenge is now just taking a leap of faith and having a beginner's mindset again, which can be difficult if you're older. Anyone over the age of 40 has a difficult time with the fool sometimes. This Aries energy, this lighthearted energy. We really can teach old dogs new tricks. You're never too old for this. It's just important to leave all this behind. What your soul is telling you, the advice you're giving yourself. I see two aces here. So I have two tens, which are endings, and two beginnings. I can see that you're going through a painful ending and there's been a lot of disharmony. This might have to do with a marriage or family. So your guides are basically saying to you, look, don't go rushing into anything new just yet. Look for repressed emotions, listen to your intuition, and love yourself first. You clearly have some healing to do. New beginnings are on the horizon. It's important to have this beginner's mindset and be sort of carefree and lighthearted, but you can't pour it into anyone else if until you can pour into yourself. It's also really important to have inner clarity. Some of you aren't quite ready to have a breakthrough with a new cycle in your life. You might be rethinking some things. Your judgment might be clouded. Well, you're in devil energy. You're in emperor energy. And the 10 of swords is here. I think you guys are moving on from something. Don't operate out of a place of clouded judgment. Focus on mental clarity and inner clarity. The breakthroughs will come. The success will come. The new compassionate, creative, emotional cycles in your life with people or jobs or situations will come. I think you're breaking free of something and starting new cycles in your life that have to start with you yourself first. There are some sacrifices you may need to make. There is this aura cleansing and energy field adjustment that has to be done. So I see these new beginnings for you, but your guides are saying you need to love yourself first and you need to make sure you have inner clarity as you move forward as the Fool, rediscovering a new journey in your own power. The action you're going to be taking this week, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Classic Gemini, Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a very brave, direct, daring, one-track minded, seize the moment, carpe diem kind of knight. He's very ambitious. He's very action oriented. He's very driven to succeed, and he can think on his feet. That's this fox spirit coming out. But I think you might struggle with that this week. I don't think you're willing to go rushing in like a lunatic. You might feel a little restless, unfocused, even burned out. And you might want some action, but I think you might be a little afraid to go rushing in and take a risk. You might be divesting in a situation and going the other way. I don't think you're quite ready to be in night energy in a way that will be productive because I think you're breaking free from some situation where this could be you stepping out of a marriage. This could be you having a power struggle with an older person or a man. This could be even divorce. So it's natural to feel restless and burnt out and unfocused. Make sure you're not taking any risks. I see this guy sort of running in the other direction. This guy looks pretty brave. I think you're going to be feeling like, you know what? I'm not on a horse yet. I'm still on foot. I'm still looking around. I'm still stopping to smell the roses here because I'm breaking out of a cycle that was not good for me. And I don't want to dance with the devil energy. So I don't think you're ready to get on this horse and go charging around just yet. Just watch for restlessness and impulsivity and being unreasonable with words. Sometimes when the Knight of Swords comes in reverse, we regret not taking action. We're afraid to seize the moment. You might feel like you've missed opportunities. Be easy on yourself. I think it is just time to go by foot and travel light. And while you reestablish your sense of self and structure and authority, finding the logical, practical approach and breaking free from anyone that's doing this to you. The way you see yourself, Nine of Swords in reverse to the Ten of Cups in reverse. Gemini, what's going on? Well, first of all, those sleepless nights you've been having, they're going to get better. This is some inner turmoil. This is facing our deepest fears. But the Nine of Swords in reverse is where we begin to release worry. Perhaps you have suffered from some depression, some anxiety, fear, and just worry. Something has been a bloody nightmare. You're still in this energy with the devil here in the Nine of Swords. It's getting better. It's getting better all the time. Oh, I'm hearing clairaudience. I'm hearing the song It's Getting Better All the Time by the Beatles. It's on the Sgt. Pepper album. Look it up. There are lyrics there for you. I'm hearing the song. Things will get better, but it looks like there's trouble in paradise. Tens are a finality. The Ten of Cups is about family, harmony, alignment, total emotional stability, divine love, blissful relationships. This looks like a disconnection. You and some people that you've been close to, or this emotional stability, there's been a misalignment of values. Somebody might not want this happy ending. Somebody might not want happily ever after. I think you see yourself releasing worry over struggling relationships and wanting to start new cycles, but I think you're working through an ending first. Now, I really like what's going on in the environment. This could be your response to the environment, or this could be someone around you. I see two different things happening at once here because what I have around you is the Three of Cups, the Sun, and the Magician. For some of you, this is a sun. This is a young person. The Magician is often, in a literal sense, a young person discovering their power in the world. Okay. And I have the Fool and the Magician on the table. The Magician is the first energy and entity the Fool encounters upon his journey through, the major arcana. So there is someone around you, or your response to what you're going through is, you know what? I'm going to go out with my friends. I'm going to get together for fun, creative collaborations. I'm going to openly date. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to go out with the girls or with the guys. And I see myself as having a positive outlook in life. I want a breath of fresh air. I want vitality. I want happiness. I just want to be this little naked boy on my horsey running through the field. Who doesn't want that? It's Leo energy. You could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo or an Aries. And you really want to manifest. You know that you have to be the single catalyst for change. You have all the tools you need to succeed, and you're going to make my life happen. Your life happen. The Magician has full mastery of emotions and pentacles and action and intellect and inspiration. Definitely willing to be the single catalyst for change. So if this is what you're doing while you're going through some stuff, you're handling it fantastic. If this is a person around you, it might be a person that you've just met. They are very confident to manifest. They don't look like they want to be tied down. And they're right at the beginning. That might be the challenge. Like, do I take this leap of faith? Whoever this is, they look like they have really good intentions. This could be family, friends, or an adult child as well. This is really beautiful. This is like the best card combination I've seen in the environment for any zodiac sign so far this week. So I do think you guys have some positive support around you. Sorry, I had to pause and clear my throat. I always have a frog in my throat. The way you're feeling, though, Six of Swords in reverse to the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you are dealing with a young air sign or a young earth sign. These could also be adult children, but knights take action. They leave the castle. The kings and queens are in the castle. The knights are not tied down. They're carving their way in the world, and they've got something to prove. Well, I can see that you're in some relationships that might be struggling, or you yourself might be struggling with structure, authority, and trying to have transcendence emotionally, but it has been a burden for you psychologically. So I think you feel as though you're a little stuck. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is a little bored. He is a little stuck. He sort of goes in circles. Don't expect perfection out of yourself or anyone else. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is when either you yourself or a person you're connecting to will not set up a good routine. It's difficult to finish what you start. Some of you are feeling the need to take an ultra conservative approach. You might be dealing with a person who's just a little lazy or stuck. But I think, you're feeling like you're having a hard time putting one foot in front of the other and being productive in a way that gets you somewhere. That's because you're in a transition. The Six of Swords is where we release baggage. It's a rite of passage. We move away from conflict and loss. We've made a change. Now it's time for transition. I can see that you're very much going through a personal transition, but it is very slow for you. You might feel as though you have some unfinished business. Some of you might even be resisting the change a little bit because it feels like a sacrifice. Change is a sacrifice, always. So make sure, I think some of you are afraid of getting stuck in repeat and on repeat and repeating some cycles. You might be having a hard time productively making a transition away from something. I think it's because you've been feeling like this. So again, the energy field adjustment, be easy on yourself and just try to get these cards into the upright where you do release the baggage and you set up a good routine for yourself and you just put one foot in front of the other. Okay. And if someone comes back around to you, make sure you can release all the insecurities and anything that is unhealthy for you and just have the beginner's mindset. You're definitely smart not to go rushing right in. I wouldn't either. And look, night energy is really hard to sustain. Unless you're between the ages of 18 and about 30 to 32, it's easy to be a knight. But this knight gets tired and so does his horse. So I think you're sort of in a plateau this week and not able to rush. Just work on moving on. What you're ending on is an interesting card combination, the Ten of Swords to the Seven of Cups. So we have two endings here. This could be very much about long-term commitments and family. There is a painful ending. Some of you are going through a health crisis. Whenever I see the Devil and the Ten of Swords, for some of you, it is a health crisis or the crisis of someone around you. You may feel betrayed. You may feel stabbed in the back. You will experience a deep wound, even if it's just emotionally. This card, this poor guy. However, you will get over this. You will get past it. And through this ending, you will have new choices and opportunities open up. Now, for some of you, this is difficult because you're like, wow, I went rushing in and I regret it. It was all an illusion and I was overwhelmed and I didn't see the truth of what was happening. Just go back to the beginning. Just go back to the beginning, Gemini. I can see here with this card combination that what's coming for you once you heal from all this is a lot of new opportunities and choices. They may be somewhat distracting. They may be even a little overwhelming. You may decide to do some window shopping in your life with relationships or jobs or hobbies or something like that to help you get through this pain. That's okay. It's also okay to do some wishful thinking. Just watch for living in an illusion. We definitely don't want to do that. But through these endings will come opportunities, new opportunities. Maybe this is what had to happen in order for these opportunities to open up. This might be the sacrifice that you need to make. This is the call of the siren for you. I also see that you will be releasing worry here further. You're going to get out of your head. You will not be trapped psychologically in a situation. You'll be getting out of this situation, which is awesome. It will be a heavy burden with the Ten of Wands. You might have a hard time figuring out what direction you're going with the Chariot in reverse here, this energy of Cancer. And it may feel like you don't have the GPS turned on. Maybe it's okay to just idle in the garage and figure out how your GPS works again. Because here you are, Gemini, the Lovers. I have an Empress here in reverse as well, Taurus, Libra. This might be a couple separating or parents. You will find yourself again. It's coming. Okay, it's coming. Okay, Gemini, so that's your reading for the first week of August. I hope it resonates with you, and I do hope it helps you figure out what sacrifices need to be made, but reclaim your power. Let your heart and your voice speak for itself. Wear those colors proudly and think on your feet. You're going to have to be flexible and adaptable this week. I know you guys can do it. If anybody can do it, my Gemini can. So that's your reading, Gemini. I'm always listening to the universe for you. Take care of yourselves. I really love you guys. Have a great August. I'll see you next time.